So the first one is this. I think it's still very important to have a sizable cash buffer. Okay, so there are two reasons for it. Number one, why is it that when my stock actually tanked so much, it could be a 40% tank in terms of market value. Although I feel a little bit of jittery, but it's not like I'm gonna lose sleep over this lah. It's simply because I have a sizable cash buffer standby in place, and the amount of cash buffer I have is a lot more than my stock portfolio lah. So which means to say, with that in mind, right, it doesn't hurt your overall net worth that bad. Number two, you want to have that cash buffer because of these times, like MCO. When your stock portfolio is down, you know that your stocks are actually pretty good in quality. So therefore, you can actually take the cash buffer that you have prepared, you have set aside before the pandemic, and you can actually capitalize it during this MCO period. You only invest in good stuff if the good stuff is offered at a good price. That's when your returns will come in. I don't view just putting your money temporarily in an FD account is idle money. It's just a preparation for your next investment only. Okay. The second lesson that I've learned is this: to always be defensive minded. Being defensive simply means you always want to buy really, really good quality stocks at the best possible price all the time. Meaning to say you are always defending yourself against all kinds of risks in the stock market so that your portfolio is robust. So it's good to exercise conservatism and be defensive all the time. The third one is this. Now, this is very interesting because for me, right, I have a viewpoint about this whereby markets are unpredictable. When it comes to this market, unpredictable markets or market volatility, treat it as a friend, because in times of fear, good assets are really, really undervalued, and in times of great greed or heightening confidence, that's when good assets, right, are overvalued and you can cash it out and enjoy your rewards. Number four, as an investor, right, sometimes it's not just about knowing how to read annual reports or knowing how to calculate PE ratio, PB ratio, and dividend yields. All these things are logic, but sometimes there's something called emotion. There's something called fear, which cannot be rationalized. So how do you overcome it? How do you deal with it? This is actually a very important thing, because if, let's say, you know that this is a good deal, but then you cannot overcome this emotion of fear and uncertainty, maybe you tend to lose your opportunity because of that. And likewise, there's another type of fear. The fear of missing out is also known as greed. So if you have that in mind, maybe you tend to actually buy stocks that you shouldn't be buying into. And you tend to also lose out on stocks that you should be buying, but you didn't buy. Practice using logic and try to overcome these emotions. And finally, number five, stick to the game plan, because stock investing, I believe, is a long-term thing. So make sure whatever you invest into, have a framework, have a game plan, and stick to it. Over time, as you learn more things, maybe through Dividend Wall, through KCLau.com, through books and all the other good people out there, maybe you can fine-tune your investment framework a little bit here and there to suit your style, to suit your needs. And I believe that is all for my session. And this is my report card when it comes to my own stock investment portfolio during this MCO.